Once there was a man who could not hear or speak. We don't know if he was born deaf and mute, or if he became that way later in life. But what we do know is that one day his friends brought him to Jesus. Now this man had great faith, because even though he couldn't hear, even though he couldn't speak, he still believed in God. And so when he heard, or rather when he saw Jesus, he came to him and begged for help. And Jesus did something incredible. He touched his ears, he touched his tongue, he looked up to heaven, and he cried out, Ephphatha, which means be opened. And immediately the man could hear and speak. This miracle is recorded in all four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and each one of them tells it a little bit differently. But the most important thing for us to remember is this: no matter what your situation is, no matter what your circumstances are, if you put your faith in Jesus, He will help you. The original language of this story has a little bit of a different nuance. Let me explain. When Jesus says Ephphatha, be opened, He doesn't just mean open up, like open up the doors, open up the windows. No, He says be opened, meaning may the thing that is causing you to be deaf, may it be removed. May the thing that is causing you to be mute, may it be taken away. That's what He means by Ephphatha. And immediately the man was healed. Now the crowd was amazed. They were amazed at God's power, and we should be too. We should be amazed at God's power, but also we should be amazed at God's compassion. You see, the crowd, they didn't have faith like the man did who was deaf and mute, and so they were scared. They were scared because they witnessed a miracle, and they were scared because they knew that only God could do something like this. And so they asked, why did He do this? Why did Jesus do this? And in their question, they already had the answer. They already knew deep down inside that this was an act of God. So my question to you is this: why do you think Jesus did this? Why do you think He healed this man? Well, the Bible says that Jesus had compassion on him. He had compassion on this man who had been deaf and mute since birth, or at least for as long as he could remember. Jesus had compassion on him, and He wanted to heal him. And you know what? We should have that same compassion. We should be compassionate to those who are hurting, who are struggling, who are going through hard times. And we should want to help them, just like Jesus wants to help us. Well, I hope this story has taught you that God is full of compassion, that He has a heart for the hurting, and that He wants to help you no matter what situation you're in. Well, thank you for joining us here on this channel. I hope you enjoyed this Bible story. If you did, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an upload. And then join us back here tomorrow as we continue to learn more about Jesus.